Yeah, the Rays would take that at this point. They have 32 games left. 18 of those will be here at Tropicana Field. Starting lineup for the Red Sox tonight. Ellsbury leads it off at center, followed by Pedroia at second. Victor Martinez will hit third and do the catching. Kevin Youkilis, the cleanup hitter, ahead of the DH David Ortiz. Jason Bay, Mike Lowell, J.D. Drew, and Alex Gonzalez is now playing shortstop for the Red Sox. He'll hit ninth.
Andy Sonnenstein is back tonight. He did have success in a May 1st start where he beat Boston in 5 2/3 innings, gave up a couple of runs on 8 hits. Overall, during the season in the big leagues, in 15 starts, he was 6-7 with a 6.61 earned run average in 81 2/3 innings. The opponent's batting average against was high, 305, particularly against right-hand hitters. Right-hand hitters hit 370, so that's something he's going to have to confront tonight. The defense behind Andy Sonnenstein, Carl Crawford in left, B.J. Upton in center, and Ben Zobrist in right field. Around the infield, Evan Longoria, Jason Bartlett, Aki Iwamura, and Carlos Pena behind the plate. John Navarro and defensive alignment review brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarket, where saving you money is our passion.
There's Terry Francona, the manager of the Boston Red Sox, one of the best, and a gentleman through and through. He'll send Jacoby Ellsbury to lead it off. He shortens on the bat. The first pitch of this game is a strike call, so we're underway right on time. Ellsbury hitting an even 300, and he's tied with Carl Crawford in the American League for stolen bases. The idea is to keep him off the bases. 2 strikes to count.
Yeah, well, that move they made when they traded Coco Crisp and basically gave Ellsbury the job full time has worked out, because they've got Ramon Ramirez in the bullpen, who's done a fantastic job, and Ellsbury has responded. He's a 300 hitter. Let alone the speed on base is a different dimension for the Red Sox.
Pitch is down. A ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball toward the middle. Hockey gets there in front of the ball and makes the play to first. And a nice scoop by Pena. Ellsbury is out number 1 to start this game.
I know you saw Hockey on the road. I was really happy to see him back and playing well. Hit a home run on the road, and look at the range going to his right. A quick sets, plants the back foot, and flip the strike over there to Carlos.
Yeah, there's a certain spark that he brings to this ball club and this infield. And you're right, it's really good to see him back active. Justin Pedroia. The pitch is a strike.
And that takes nothing away from the job Ben Zobrist did at second. He was fantastic. It just strengthens your lineup and defense overall, because Ben's out there in right field.
And a pop-up. This for Bartlett at shortstop. 2 gone. 2 up, 2 down against Andy Sonnenstein. Andy last worked a week ago for the Durham Bulls when he pitched 7 1/3 innings at Syracuse. Gave up a couple of runs, 5 hits in that one. And he went 5 3 in 9 starts at Durham. Here's Victor Martinez. Pitch down and in, a ball and no strikes.
Pretty typical Victor Martinez year. 20 home runs, batting average close to 290. Switch hitter, uses the field, goes the other way.
Pitch down a little bit. 2-0. It'll be interesting to see Sonnenstein and how he handles right-handed hitters and left-handed hitters tonight, in view of his numbers against the opposition. Right-handed hitters batting .370 against him. There's a strike, and it's 3-1. And look at this breakout, the disparity there. 370 and 260 righties and lefties.
And I think that's largely because of lack of pitching inside to righties.
And then ball 4, he just missed to Martinez. So Victor Martinez draws the walk. 2-out pass.
It's like the umpire flinched a little bit right there. He made that call. The overhead shot shows this to be a strike, and that's why he flinched, because the flinch was right. He should have called it a strike. Had plenty of the inside corner
strikes. Yeah, you're right. Facts are facts. Here's Kevin Youkilis. The pitch is high. 1 ball, no strikes.
I think it's the best shot in baseball.
I do.
That overhead shot.
It's great. I mean, you'd love to have that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I don't know if the umpires would want that, but most of the time it shows that the umpires how good they are, not pointing it out to show you how much they missed. But that one clearly had the inside corner.
There's the strike, and it's 1-1 now. Hey, there's where that camera is situated up there.
Yeah, all you got to do is build a dome, and you too can have an overhead shot. Unless you got a blimp.
1 and 2. That's right.
Pay for a blimp every night.
Hey, that's just another reason that parks should have the capability of having a dome if they need or want it.
There you go.
Get that shot. A ball, 2 strikes to count on Youkilis. It's outside.
I think it also tells you how tough that job is really behind the plate. You're looking at 250 pitches a night.
Yeah, it's a thankless job umpire.
It really is.
No question about it. If you're perfect, nobody notices you. If you're not, everybody notices you.
That's right.
Base hit. That's going to go through the hole between short and third. So Martinez moves to second on the base hit to left by Kevin Youkilis.
Well, it's a breaking ball just left up over the heart of the plate, trying to go inside with the cutter. Over the plate enough for Kevin Youkilis to get through it for the base hit. I really like to see Andy just go with that 4-seamer in, just try to go up and in on somebody, especially the right-handers.
David Ortiz hitting .229, but he has 22 home runs. 21 of those have come since June the 6th. Pitch is over but low with a breaking ball. 1 ball, no strikes. The first half and second half breakdown for David Ortiz. Strike. First 2 months of the season, everybody was wondering where his power had gone. Well, wherever it was, it's back.
He found it. He's got 22 of them. 22 homers, 78 RBIs. Batting average is low, but you'll take the home runs and RBIs.
2 on, 2 out, 1-1 the count. There's the strike. Sonnenstein ahead of Big Poppy. A ball, 2 strikes.
Good change of eye levels there. He went down and away, then came back up and in. Good location on both pitches.
Walk a single after the first student had been retired. There is strike 3. That caught the outside part of the plate. Ortiz called out on strikes. We'll go to the bottom half of the first. No score.
Back at Tropicana Field, Red Sox don't score. The Rays are coming up. Jason Bartlett leading it off at shortstop for Tampa Bay with Carl Crawford in left field. Ben Zobrist is in right field. Evan Longoria at third base in the cleanup spot with Carlos Pena at first base. Pat Burrell is the DH. Akinori Iwamura at second base. Deanna Navarro does the catching. He bats eighth. And B.J. Upton in center field bats ninth. John Lester on the mound for the Red Sox. His first pitch misses for ball one. Lester coming in with a 10-7 mark into his 27th start of the year. 3.60 earned run average. 187 strikeouts for Lester on the season. Fly ball to left field down the line, and Bay is over to make the catch for out number one.
Red Sox defense is brought to you by TD Bank North. In left field, Jason Bay. Center field, Kobe Ellsbury. J.D. Drew is playing right field. Mike Loach, your third baseman. Alex Gonzalez playing shortstop. Dustin Pedroia is the second baseman. Kevin Youkilis at first. And behind the plate, Victor Martinez.
One down here in the Rays' first inning. And here is Carl Crawford, the speedster for Tampa Bay. We'll take strike one from John Lester. It's been a good season for Crawford. He hits at .312 coming into tonight's action. 12 home runs and 60 runs batted in. Back and forth for the league lead in stolen bases. That hits the bat twice, but he was standing in the box when it hit him. And a foul ball here for Crawford.
It's been a lot of fun. Jacoby Ellsbury and Carl Crawford going back and forth this year.
Right now they are tied at 55 each. Top the American League.
We got to have a little side wager, dinner, something like that, you know, make it more interesting.
Ellsbury now the single season record holder for the Red Sox with his 55 steals, surpassing Tommy Harper's record. All part of what was a very good homestand for the Red Sox, who went 7-3 during their home stretch. And series against the Yankees, White Sox, and then the sweep of the Toronto Blue Jays to end the homestand.
It's kind of what everybody in New England was waiting for everybody to get hot at the same time. And I think if you look at the numbers, they all did.
Especially the home run numbers.
Roller left side, charged by Gonzalez, and the throw is wild. That's going to bounce down into the camera well, and Crawford will go to second. That's going to be a hit for Crawford and an error charged to Gonzalez on his throw.
Yeah, as soon as that ball hugged the turf, you knew that Carl Crawford was going to beat this out. Tough play for Alex Gonzalez, just flipping it on the run, submarine style, and it sails away from Kevin Youkilis. Really had no chance with Carl's speed, so he'll take the single in the air.
And the Rays have a man in scoring position here with one out in the first for Ben Zobrist. And again in the third spot for the Rays. And he shortens, taking the pitch for a ball. 1-0 the count.
I don't think Ben really had intention to bunt. He saw Carl Crawford break, and I think Ben wasn't sure if he was stealing, so he was going to let him steal it. I think he was just trying to keep Victor Martinez from getting out of the chute quickly and making a good throw.
And a turn, but nothing doing back there.
Three good coaches right there.
Yeah, how about that?
Including Pat Burrell?
Yeah.
Why not? Why wouldn't you pick his brain?
So down and in, 2-0. It's always great to see which players migrate down to that direction.
Oh yeah, it's fun. Uh-oh, he's moving over. Here's a veteran guy, veteran presence. I mean, he's averaged 30 home runs a year. World Series champion.
Crawford goes and stops, bluffing a little start. The pitch is low, so the count's 3-0. And Pedroia has been playing it very close to that bag at second, and then releasing at the last moment. Crawford has been using Ed Rapolano as a screen.
He has.
And there's ball 4. Zobrist will go to first with a walk. 2 men on. Evan Longoria.
And now you got to watch out if you're the trail runner on a steal by Crawford, because Victor Martinez, in all likelihood, should be going to second base. Although Ben is very good at picking up and getting a good jump if he reads that Carl Crawford is going.
Well, here's Longoria. And he takes the first pitch, a fastball for a strike. Now Evan is 5 of 15 against Lester. Lester's thinking ground ball, double play ball here. And that is something that has been a problem for Longoria this year. He's grounded into 25 double plays. So he was careful to Zobrist with first base open. Walked him, and now it's a 1-1 count to Evan.
The thing too, if Carl Crawford does decide to take third base, is if you're the left side of the infield, especially Mike Lowell, you don't want to be leaving a hole open there. Talking about those double plays that you just said, by covering third base, you could open up a hole for Evan Longoria.
A swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2. Longoria out in front.
Yep, way out in front. Good off speed right there. Good arm action by John Lester.
Rays with a couple of runners, 1 out. Boston had 2 men on with 2 outs in the top of the inning. And Evan out in front again. Breaking ball, took something off. 2 gone, the first strikeout for Lester.
Yeah, the pitch before was a changeup. This looked like a backdoor curveball. It was. Good curveball right there. 76 miles an hour. Too close to take because it just did miss the outside corner. But it was more about Evan couldn't stay back than anything else.
Carlos Pena leads the league in home runs, second in runs batted in, tied for second starting today in that department. Pitch down and away. 1-0. Our Toyota trend, the numbers for Pena in August: 29 runs batted in, and the slugging percentage at .685.
Good enough for 38 home runs and 96 RBIs. With a month to play.
A ball, no strikes. And a base hit. Lined into center. Crawford's on his way to the plate. Zobrist will go to third, and the base hit by Pena gives the Rays the early lead. Carlos Pena lines one into right center field, picking up his 97th run batted in.
You know, I was talking to Joe Madden last Friday about this, what Carlos is doing. He said he's really trying to hit him to get line drives, and that's what that was instead of that bigger uppercut. Take a look at the side shot, more level through the zone right there. And that produces a line drive and shorter to the ball. It's not that big uppercut, and consequently, like we said in the pregame show, he's been centering more balls and actually been getting some backspin on his home runs as opposed to getting topspin. Good backspin on that line drive base hit.
So the Rays cash in a run. Here's Pat Burrell. Pitch is too low. Martinez heads to the mound. Martinez has had an interesting reaction on now 3 pitches here in the first inning.
Yeah, I thought perhaps on one of the pitches to Carlos, the first pitch to Carlos Pena, I thought he backhanded a slider, and I thought he got crossed up. Hard to tell if it's that or if it's just the movement of John Lester's pitches. Because he throws everything. He's got a 93 to 95 fastball, cutter, slider, curve, change.
Burrow hits it on the ground, backhanded by Lowell. He gets rid of the ball, and it's there in time to retire Burrow. A great play by Lowell down at third. He was guarding the line and made a great backhand stop, and then had plenty of time. Rays score a run through 1-0 Tampa Bay. Faces Jason Bay to open the second inning, and the first pitch is a fastball in off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes, and that's not a bad idea right there.
Nope, it's not.
And he drops that one in there for a strike to follow it up, and the count is 1-1. And as much as they talked about that sweeping slider he had and has been hurt by that pitch, there's the strike. It's 1-2. It's really important, it would seem, to come in off the plate at times with pitches to help him.
And it sets this fastball up even better, so they can't lean out over the plate on your breaking ball and your fastball away.
The high fly ball short left off the breaking pitch, and it's caught by Crawford. 1 away, and let's check in with Todd Callis.
Dwayne, Andy Sonnenstein getting the start in place of Scott Kazmir after the trade, and Joe Madden says why he felt Sonnenstein was right against the Red Sox.
I just think he's going to be very competitive against these guys. You look at his numbers against him, he's got some really good numbers matchup-wise with a lot of their players that are playing in tonight's game in particular. So I like Sonny's makeup. I know he's not going to be taken by the situation. He's going to be fine. So I thought it was a good setup for him.
Last 3 starts in the regular season against these Sox is the ERA below 1. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you. 1-0 the count here to Mike Lowell. 1 out into the second inning. And the pitch is up a bit, 2-0. You know, Kevin, I really thought the way he pitched Jason Bay, that's encouraging, because you can see the strategy and the way he pitched him, and the result of that fly ball to shallow left on a breaking ball.
Yeah, because he started with a 2-seamer in off the plate, and you know, you just got to keep the right-handed hitters honest, even double up on it sometimes. And earlier in the year, before he got sent down to AAA, he rarely threw inside the righties. And they just eliminated, you know, one part of the zone. They were just looking out over the plate and down the way. And they had no fear. They were comfortable in the box.
There's ball 4. Up and in, so his second walk. Lowell goes to first with 1 out. And we'll get J.D. Drew up there. So Sonnenstein has had some success this year against left-handed hitters, but Drew is one of those left-handed hitters who has been very successful against Andy.
Rays have a pretty good shift on J.D. Drew on the right side.
And he takes the pitch in there for a strike. Yeah, they moved Bartlett to the first base side of second, and now with the strike, Longoria is going to move over toward the shortstop position.
Yeah, they figure there's no way J.D. with the count 0-1, he'll push a bunt down the third base line.
And he fouls the fastball. 0-2.
First pitch, J.D. Drew might do it, but now 0-1 he won't do it. He does take a big hack, and now he's 0-2. The numbers you're talking about, Wayne, 385, 5 for 13. The home run versus Andy.
0-2 the count. And a ground ball right to Aki. He bobbles it. He'll have to go to first. Safe there. Everybody is safe. Well, the Rays had a shot at a double play right there. And Drew reaches on the Iwamura error.
Yeah, you don't see that very often with Aki. It's really a routine play, at least to get the lead out at second base. And I think because of that, he was trying to rush it. He ends up bobbling it and gets no one. Kind of looked to do the pivot before he actually had the ball in his glove. And when he did that, the ball hit him in the heel. Popped out of his glove for the error.
So Lowell's at second, Drew at first on the error. Here's Alex Gonzalez. The first pitch is a fastball on the inner part of the plate for a strike.
That's that cutter. He just ran it over the inside corner. Actually, Navarro was setting up away, but it became an effective pitch.
One ball, one strike. Gonzalez with those 3 home runs. They've come in the last 9 games. Left side of the infield. That's Longoria making the catch. 2 outs. 2 on, 2 out. We'll go back around to the top of the order. Jacoby Ellsbury. And he got him on a ground ball to second to start the contest. Pitch up, and he checked in time on the appeal down to Paul Schreiber. He held up.
Yep, he did. Strong hands.
And a liner over the head of Longoria. Lowell's on his way to the plate. He will score, and the game is tied. Soft liner just over the head of Longoria, who made a leaping attempt down there. And the Red Sox, taking advantage of the error, come back to tie the game.
Yeah, Ellsbury just slices this, and Longoria had a lot of hang time. I mean, he did everything he could. He got up there pretty high, but Ellsbury was able to drop it over his head, and once he did that, there was no chance for Carl Crawford. That's the one thing the Red Sox do, boy. They capitalize on mistakes. got too tough a lineup. That's why you've got to minimize those errors here in the final month.
Here's Pedroia. The pitch is low. Yeah, you give him an extra out, you wind up facing a guy like Pedroia. He's hitting .333 with runners in scoring position. There's a strike. Slider there from Sonnenstein. Quite a bit of the plate, actually.
Yep.
Here's the 1-1. Up and in, and down he goes. And you know, that's something I'm surprised that more people don't do with Pedroia, because he attacks every pitch.
Yeah, he does. And you know, that ball just got away. So you see where Navarro set up again. It works effectively. You're watching Navarro's away, and that ball works effectively by pitching up and in. But that's,
I mean, he dives into every pitch.
yes, he does. You know, but he's not scared. That's the one thing. You knock him down, and he'll just get mad.
That's exactly right.
He's liable to turn on when you try that again.
Up and in. So the count goes to 3-1 now.
Now watch Navarro. See, these are not intentional. You watch where Navarro's setting up, and he's just opening up way too soon, trying to get the ball outside, and consequently his arm is dragging, and the ball ends up and into Pedroia. Terry Francona sees a replay. He'll see the ball. That's not intent. The last thing you want to do is put Pedroia on Victor Martinez coming up in a 1-1 game.
3 balls and a strike. And he misses outside and walks him. So Drew goes to third, Ellsbury to second. Pedroia draws the walk.
Breaking ball looked like it caught the plate. Yeah, it did cut plenty of the outside corner. Yep, didn't get the call on that one.
They're loaded. Now it's Victor Martinez. Martinez walked his first time. The pitch is in. Off the plate, that is. 1 ball, no strikes. Ball. 1-1. Martinez hitting .289. He's hit over 300 since coming to Boston from Cleveland. 306 in a Red Sox uniform.
Well, he's perfect for the Red Sox lineup because he's a switch hitter, especially left-handed. He'll go the other way, and then you got guys like Euclid behind you.
Down and in. 2-1, and Victor Martinez has been murder against the Rays. You can see among active hitters, he's at .378. And off Rays pitching. And a foul back fastball, that's out of play. 2-2. Couple of walks in the inning, a base hit, an error. A run is home. The bases are loaded with 2 outs.
Well, this is the first big momentum switch of the game right here. What happens with Martinez versus Andy Sonnenstein? If you save it, you keep the momentum really on the Rays side because you're here at home. If you give it up, it all goes to John Lester.
2-2. And a ground ball to second. Aki's got it. Throw to first, and that retires the side. Boston with an unearned run. They leave him loaded, and we're tied 1-1. Petersburg Times, the local newspaper with one of the top 10 sports sections in the country. Subscribe to the Times, the official newspaper of the Rays, by calling 877 The Times or visiting TampaBay.com. 1-1 ball game. Is going to be Akinori Iwamura to lead off the home half of the second against the lefty John Lester. And the pitch is a fastball called a strike. Aki hitting .309 for the year and over .440 against left-handed pitching. Takes one down and away. 1-1. Navarro to follow, and then Upton.
It's pretty good cross-reference right there. 21 at bats off the Lester.
And Aki's out in front. Breaking pitch.
Pretty good curveball right there.
Yeah, we've seen a couple pretty good ones already from Lester.
Guy takes a swing like that, you think you'd see it again.
And a swing and a miss. He got him with a fastball. That went in around 94. Second strikeout, first out here in the second.
That's why he came in with 187 strikeouts and 167 and 2/3. He is able to elevate, get a slow curveball down and a fastball up above your hands for strike three.
Yeah, he is third coming in anyway. Third in the American League in strikeouts.
Got a couple tonight, so he's at 189 for the year.
Here's Navarro. It's a pop-up foul. Carries out of play for a strike. The Honor hitting .223 for the year and .284 from the right side against lefties. Rays with a run in the first. Boston with a run in the top of the second. We play in the bottom half of the frame. He looks at one low. 1-1. Now these two clubs come into the game tied for third in team home runs. A little tap, first base side foul. So the count goes to 1-2. I've just noticed that Navarro is back to wearing Aki's pants again. He had the long pants in the Detroit series, but he may have figured that he left a few hits in those trousers, and so he's back with the short pants and showing a lot of the sock.
Yeah, he was hitting when he had Aki's pants on.
Yeah. And even stealing a base.
Well, the time he tried to get third, that was the time to shut down.
Yeah.
And he did that at home.
Strike 3. So he's caught looking. 2 outs here. The Rays Summer Concert Series presented by Hess Express continues this weekend. Saturday, the Rays take on the Tigers and the Beach Boys perform in the free post-game concert. Visit RaysBaseball.com to get your tickets for the Beach Boys concert when the Rays meet the Tigers Saturday night. Here is B.J. Upton, and he fouls it back. Strike 1. Yeah, we've just confirmed that what we thought was true, that Navarro is wearing Aki's pants again tonight. So we just wanted to report that bulletin as soon as we had confirmed it by more than one source.
No speculation then. We don't deal in speculation.
That's right. That's right. Facts and only the facts. 2 strikes. Upton takes it high.
Victor Martinez taking a page out of Jason Varitek. He's setting up high and almost stood up for that high fastball, a lot like Jason does.
Two and 2. Well, it's no secret that Upton has really struggled outside of the one great month he had, but he had a really great batting practice today. Watching it, so who knows?
Well, I said last homestand, you just got to take these final 30 to 40 games down to 32. Nice block by Victor Martinez, and don't throw away your final 120 to 130 at bats of the year.
Well, we all know that, and we've seen him in the past. He's capable of getting red hot, but just look at June, and then July and August following that great June when he was player of the month, and he's certainly capable of putting together a streak like that. The Rays would welcome that in September. He's called out on strikes here. Lester strikes out the side. We're at the end of 2. We're tied 1-1. Joe, we appreciate this time. Andy Sonnenstein on the hill. What's your impression so far?
I think he's been throwing the ball actually very well. Unfortunately, we made an error in the last inning that permitted that one run, but I think we've seen a lot of 88s and 89s up there so far, so the velocity's good. He's using the variety of different arm angles and strokes to throw the ball from. For the most part, to this point, he's kept the ball away from the righties. just like that. Nice pitch. So I think so far so good.
Joe, was there one message when Andy went down that you really wanted him to work on down there?
We talked a lot about just getting to become more effective against right-handed hitters again, because that's what he was when we first got him. So, I mean, within the minor leagues and within the major leagues, and then we were concerned about getting lefties out. Then he started to get the lefties out, and had more of a problem with the right-handers. So we just talked about that. You see the variety of, like I said, different arm strokes. He's thrown with the right there. It's just different kind of funky things that he does. I thought the first part of the season he got a little bit too generic. He just became a right-handed pitcher with one arm stroke, one delivery, but now he's got back to being the old Sonnenstein.
Joe, we're going to let you go. We certainly appreciate your time here in the middle of this crucial series.
All right, enjoy.
There's strike three call to Kevin Youkilis. Pitch on the inside part of the plate. That'll be out number one here in the third.
Well, he did. He dropped down on about a high 3/4 slider, then he came back here. And that ball's plenty inside, and Youkilis has a good argument. That ball is way in. Wow.
So Youkilis is called out on strikes, and you know, Paul Nart apparently is partial to calling that pitch a strike. We've seen that on a couple of calls now, both ways, and that one certainly inside.
Yeah, it's unusual because the umpire's head is in that slot on the right-handed hitter. He's in between Navarro and the hitter. Now, of course, the left side the other way. And usually at that pitch, you see if it can hit the corner or not. The outside pitch is always tougher for an umpire because you can't exactly tell because of where your head is. That's how the umpires are taught to put their head in that slot right between the hitter and the catcher.
2-0 to Ortiz. After strike, 2-1. One out in the third with the bases empty. And there's a line drive base hit over Bartlett's head toward right center field. So he hit it just over the shift, and Ortiz is aboard with a one-out single. That's going to bring up Jason Bay. He got him the first time on a breaking ball.
Yeah, and it was a pretty good sequence because he went up and in. Two-seam action there. Breaking ball around the inside corner. The slider right there. Slider cutter right there. First pitch, that two-seamer that ran in helps keep the right-handed hitters honest.
Jason Bay fouls away the first pitch. That's a strike.
I thought it was interesting too. Joe Madden just said that when the Rays first got him up here, he got righties out. You were here.
Yep.
You saw that. Do you remember him pitching inside much then, or more than now?
I remember different looks than what we've seen a lot. 1-1, and when he has struggled, what we see him do, he's not a guy who throughout his career has walked many people, but when he struggles, he misses inside the strike zone, and that has been a problem for him. Up and in to Bay.
Well, that was by design, and the ones at Pedroia were not by design because Navarro was setting them away. This was intended to be up and in. Navarro sets up inside, and certainly not trying to hit him in the head, but you know, Andy's had that drummed into him that all of us have been talking about it. Got to pitch inside to be effective on that pitch right there.
He drops that breaking ball in there for strike two call.
Fastball, and then he comes back with the breaker right there.
2-2. Ground ball back to third. Longoria to Hockey one. First base two. 5-4-3 on the double play to retire the side. Red Sox do not score. We go to the bottom of the inning, tied 1-1. Back at Tropicana Field, first game of the series with the Boston Red Sox here tonight. Top of the order for the Rays in the bottom half of the third. Jason Bartlett takes a pitch low. 1 ball and no strikes. He'll be followed by Carl Crawford and Ben Zobrist. Two balls, no strikes. He's facing John Lester. High pop fly the other way. Drew over toward the line. Backs up now and makes the catch. To make a last second adjustment there to make the catch on that one. So Bartlett is 0 for 2, and here's Carl Crawford.
Yeah, it looked like Jason got a hittable 2-0 fastball, and normally he doesn't miss too many of those. Just get underneath it.
Carl scored the Rays' run when he reached on an infield hit. Bounces this one to Gonzalez, and the throw this time is on the money. So it's 2 up and 2 down. 6 in a row retired by Lester since giving up the RBI single to Pena in the first. Base is empty with 2 outs for Ben Zobrist. Ben continues to run in the top 10 in both slugging percentage and on base percentage. Pitch is low. A ball and no strikes. Hitting .289 for the year with 76 walks. He's in the top 10 in that department. Takes ball 2.
Now Ben does I want to say a little bit of everything, but really it's a lot of everything. Draws walks, lays a good at bat on you, 23 home runs, hits for high average.
He takes a strike. It's 2-1.
High slugging.
Well, I'll tell you, just as short a time as a year ago, and certainly a year and a half ago, if you said he had a chance to be the number 3 hitter in the Rays lineup, he wouldn't have had many takers. But there's a base hit right back through the middle, and I'll tell you, he gets the best at bats consistently of anybody on the team.
Well, I think Joe Madden made a decision to put Ben in the 3 spot recently, and you got Evan Longoria, a big run producer right now, but Ben really on both sides of the plate. It's a nice move for a while, and see what happens in that 3 spot. There's a ball right down the middle, and he hits it right back up the middle. That's just perseverance, a lot of hard work. And the results you're seeing in the big leagues are not just by accident. That's a lot of hard work and belief, positive reinforcement.
Longoria hitting a ground ball to short. Gonzalez makes the play there, and that retires the side. Rays leave a man. We're through 3, tied 1-1. got you under our wing. Who holds the Rays record for most home runs in a single season? So a Rays trivia question tonight. Mike Lowell leads off the fourth. He's out in front of a breaking ball, missing, strike one. Lowell drew the one-out walk in the second inning. Came around to score the tying run. Shoots this one back toward the left field corner. That ball will bound off the top of the wall. Crawford will have to come back to get it. Makes a quick throw back to second. Offline, and Lowell is in with the double. Lowell with a line double off the top of the padding, just on top of the wall.
Talked about how hot Mike Lowell is in the pregame show. That's a breaking ball that really he was sitting on. That didn't fool him at all. He stayed back. He got two in a row right there, and he just dropped the head on it. Short hops the wall, and Karen bounces back. Crawford just gets it in like an infielder. Really got to kind of eat that. Almost threw that ball away.
So leadoff double, and here's J.D. Drew taking a pitch a little high. One ball, no strikes. And a shot back to deep right field. That's going to go. 1-0 pitch, and Drew hits it out. A two-run home run, and Boston will take a 3-1 lead. 19th home run of the year for Drew. Well, as we mentioned the first time, he's one left-handed hitter who has been a problem for Sonnenstein.
Yeah, he tried to go away, and that ball just ran in. That was a cutter, it looked like. Tried to hit the back door with it. It ran in, middle in, and came right in the wheelhouse for J.D. Drew, and the success continues for J.D. Drew against Andy Sonnenstein.
There's a strike to Gonzalez. So Boston tied it with a run in the second. They grabbed the lead with two in the fourth. Gonzalez hits a high fly ball left center field. Crawford will be there with a lot of territory. One gone. Back around to the top side of the order. Andy first worked against Boston here at the Trop on the 1st of May. That's a strike to Ellsbury. He pitched 5 2/3. Gave up 2 runs in that one on 8 hits. And came away with a 6-2 win. 0-2 now to Ellsbury.
Pretty good lineup for the Red Sox. You can have a J.D. Drew hitting 8 with 19 home runs. That's why I felt, Dwayne, that Mike Lowell is the key right now. The health of Mike Lowell. He's showing right now he's healthy. He makes a big difference when he's in the lineup down there hitting 7.
Ellsbury defeats a pitch, stays alive, fouling it away. The count remains 2 strikes.
When they first signed J.D. Drew, I don't think they got him to hit 8. But that shows you the depth of the Red Sox lineup.
That's a foul ball outside of first. 0-2. Terry Francona's club 4 up in the wild card, 6.5 behind the New York Yankees to start the day. Bouncing ball skips away from Pena. Tried to charge it, playing it on the short hop, and it skipped away from him. Ellsbury reaches.
That's a play Carlos makes normally very easily. See if Carlos looked up to see where Ellsbury was before he had the ball. And just a little bit of a rush to try to get to the bag, and still, even though Ellsbury could fly, he had enough time. Didn't really have his head down on the ball to pick it first.
So that's the second error of the game. Charge to the Rays, the 10th error of the year, Carlos. And here's Pedroia. This pitch is a strike. Pedroia has popped to short and has drawn a walk.
Good thinking by Pedroia, too, just in case Ellsbury wanted to go first pitch. He was going to take one for him. Now he can't. 0-1. Works a good pitch out count.
Well, that's what makes Pedroia so valuable. I mean, he could be the perfect number 2 hitter because he'll take pitches like that.
Yeah.
But on top of that, he has this power, and he can drive in runs.
Yeah, look at the two stolen base leaders right now in this ball game, Carl Crawford and Jacoby Ellsbury with 55. Well, that's exactly right. And sometimes he'll have an at bat, and all of a sudden you throw a first pitch.
Pitch out, snap throw to first, and he's back in.
A good bluff by Ellsbury. He'll throw a first pitch, and he'll turn on it and hit it out of the ballpark.
Yep.
That was a strict bluff by Ellsbury right there. He wasn't going. Not that he read the pitch out. That was just a fake. Of course, you could afford a double pitch out here if you want with Ellsbury's speed.
Gonna move to first. He's back in.
The only team we've seen do that against the Rays was Mike Scioscia, the Angels. Double pitch out, back-to-back pitch outs on an 0-1 count. But of course, if Ellsbury doesn't go, then you got a 2-1 count, and you got a good running situation for Pedroia in a hitter's count. And sometimes you have to take those chances to stop the base stealers.
And that pitch just missed. 2-1. And again to first. A little closer that time.
Yeah, he was going that time. He got a bigger lead, and there's a little flinch right there. Right there. Little hesitation, little flinch. He was going, for sure. Because now it's a 2-1 count. You can't really afford to pitch out, and Ellsbury can pick his spots. He can go any time in the rest of this sequence. Whether he elects not to go now and see what happens on this pitch or not, he can go from any time in the rest of this at bat. And you won't see a pitch out.
Widens his lead a bit.
You did see a pitch out.
And they pitch out to go to 3-1.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't have pitched out there because that's what he's trying to. That's interesting. He took a chance because he flinched. He gave it away. So Ellsbury he's on his own. So he said, I flinched. I gave it away. I'm not going to let them throw an up and away fastball, let alone a pitch out. That was a surprise. Not bad thinking though by Joe Madden normally. But it's tough to do with Andy around the plate.
And ball 4. So he gives up another walk. Ellsbury goes to second. He reached on the error. Now Pedroia takes over at first. 4 bases on balls issued by Sonnenstein tonight. 2 men on, 2 runs home with 1 out. And Victor Martinez coming on to bat.
That's why I said it wouldn't be a pitch. It's tough to pitch out when your pitcher's not exactly having great command. You can do that with a guy that's pounding the strike zone. But, you know, Joe Madden took a chance, and if Ellsbury's going, it might get you out in the inning. But he wasn't. But that's the thinking anyway. Joe's perspective.
Victor Martinez claims and misses the first pitch. Strike 1. Well, this is the first time Sonnenstein has given up 4 walks in a game. since the last time he pitched against Boston back on May the 1st. Up and away. He walked Martinez in the first, and now Martinez bats with speed at first and second for Boston. Pedroia at first and Ellsbury at second. A 1-1 count. And a liner into left. That's going to be in for a base hit. And they're going to hold Ellsbury at third. The bases are going to be loaded. Crawford hustled to make the pickup, and the bases are loaded with only one out.
What Victor does well, he just uses the field. It's another cutter. A lot of cutters from Andy, and he's mislocation and things just running back over the heart of the plate to the lefties. Carl closes quickly, and Ellsbury probably would have scored, but with one out, they like to have the bases loaded. And tough man at the plate, Kevin Youkilis.
Jim Hickey to the mound as the Rays get Lance Cormier up in the bullpen. Lance worked an inning yesterday in Detroit. If you're traveling and can't watch the Rays, you can catch the game on your computer with MLB.TV. The ultimate baseball experience features 100 out-of-market games per week live on your computer. Catch the games you missed on demand. For details, visit RaysBaseball.com, where baseball is always on. Well, a lot of base runners so far for Boston against Sonnenstein. 6 hits, 4 walks, a couple of errors in the mix. And here's Kevin Youkilis. He takes a pitch down and away. Youkilis singled into left field in the first and was called out on strikes on a pitch in that was actually off the plate in the third. He sends a high pop foul down the right side. Zobrist into the bullpen after it. Makes the catch. Tagged by the runner at third. Throw to the plate is not in time. Youkilis scores, and over to third goes Pedroia. So the Red Sox pick up their third run of the inning. It's a sacrifice fly down the right side into foul territory as Youkilis lifts one down there, and that gets Ellsbury home.
Long run for Ben Zobrist. Made a pretty strong throw just a little bit up the line, and Navarro had to leave the plate. If he had thrown a strike, Ellsbury is just able to get around it. But the fact that Navarro had to leave the plate opened it up for Ellsbury to slide around him. You can stay back in the plate, and the throw is accurate. You can block the plate off even if the throw is late, but not on that one.
Here's Ortiz, and the first pitch to him is a strike. So it's a 4-run night so far for Boston, with a run in the second and now 3 in the fourth inning. Ortiz 1 for 2. And a ground ball. Foul. The Red Sox with 2 men in scoring position. Pedroia moved over to third, and Martinez moved into second base on the sacrifice fly that scored Ellsbury. Miss. 1 and 2. Ortiz watches that one all the way in low. So it's now 2 and 2. back into right field. Zobrist closes and makes the catch. A nice running grab as he moved to his left and hit the warning track. He made the catch. We go to the bottom of the fourth, 4-1 Boston. Time for the answer to our Aflac trivia question. Have more than peanuts at stake on this one.
You're not kidding.
Who holds the Rays record for most home runs in a single season? Well, Carlos Pena is going to lead off the bottom of the fourth, and he leads not only the American League this year in home runs, but is the all-time single-season home run leader for the Rays with 46 in 07. Pena drove in a run with a base hit in the first. He hits a high shot back into deep center field. Ellsbury back, and it's gone. Home run for Carlos Pena. Number 39 for Carlos. He jumped on the first pitch, and the Rays get one of those runs back. Pena has driven in both runs. He now has 98 runs batted in on the year.
Right on cue. 39th home run, fastball out over the heart of the plate. Again, there's a swing with backspin. Not so much topspin. That was more of a line drive, and that's exactly what he's been working on.
Now here's Pat Burrow lining one into center, and a diving catch by Ellsbury. Ellsbury sprawled out there on the outfield after making a great catch to rob Pat Burrow
of a double for sure. Great play by Jacoby Ellsbury. Good read on that. Great jump. It didn't hurt that it was to his glove side either. Ball had a line drive, a lot of hang time right there.
That's the energized defensive play brought to you by Progress Energy. Zakadori Iwamura. The pitch is down, a ball and no strikes.
That ball had so much backspin it wouldn't get down.
Yeah, that's right.
It actually was rising.
Down and away at Aki. 2-0. The home run by Pena. His 12th home run of the year off left-handed pitching. And for Carlos, that's his 4th career home run against Lester. 2-1 the countdown. Here's the home run derby list in the American League. Pena with 39. Teixeira has 32. Henry Morales with 30.
Yeah, he's having a huge year, but Carlos has opened it up there with that 7 home run lead.
It's a late call there by Paul Dart, and he calls it a strike. It's 2-2. He had a little Tim McClellan hesitation in calling that one.
The way Victor caught that, he made it look terrible. He jerked it up in his own, so it probably was a strike. It's just the way he received it was not very clean, not very smooth.
Full count now to Iwamura. Swing and a miss. Another fastball. Lester struck him out in the second inning on a fastball just like that around 94.
Yeah, he sure did. Up in the zone, above the belt. He couldn't catch up.
Two outs with the bases empty following the Pena home run. It's a 2-run ball game. Here's Deanna Navarro. He takes ball one. One and one the count. Deanna getting the start against the left-hander Lester. Boston with 4 runs, 2 earned runs. And there's a base hit for Navarro. Line drive into center field. So Deanna with a base hit. That'll get the potential tying run to the plate, and B.J. Upton. Upton was called out on strikes his first time up. That was back in the second when Lester struck out the side.
I still always get this feeling that BJ's hiding down there. People are forgetting about it. Can be dangerous and tie this game up. You're kind of always waiting for him to turn the corner because we've seen it before.
Oh, that's right. He takes a breaking ball. First pitch strike.
I mean, you're talking about a guy that hit how many home runs in the postseason? Right away, 4 right away.
Well, he had the first couple rounds he was outstanding.
Yeah. It was first couple of years ago. He hit good power.
Fouls this one, and now he's behind in the count. 2 strikes. Well, and everyone really thought that, after struggling for part of last year because of the shoulder, and then he had the great postseason, and then had the shoulder corrected, that this year could be a breakout year for him. And we know he struggled early and then had that great June. And at that point, I think everyone thought that he was on his way to having the kind of year that people had envisioned he might be able to have. It's 1 and 2. He had 24 home runs in 2007, and then wound up with 9 during the regular season last year and 7 in the 16 games in the postseason. Swing and a miss. He's out on strikes. So the Rays leave a man. They pick up a run on the home run by Carlos Pena. And at the end of 4, it's 4-2 Boston.
in the back room of the clubhouse, Brian Anderson, Todd Green. There's no Don Zimmer with them tonight, guys, and we wish Zim all the best. He is going to be going under surgery tomorrow. He'll be having surgery on his back. Dr. Tom Tolley right here in St. Petersburg, 8 a.m. in the morning. We know he's going to be in great hands afterwards, recuperating with his bride of 58 years, Soot. So, Zim, we can't wait to see you back, and all the best with the surgery tomorrow, guys.
And we, of course, echo that up here as Jason Bay swings through the first pitch. That's a strike. Upstairs, the count is 1-1.
I hope Zim's all right. What a great man. Jeez.
Well, he's a special presence around the ballpark here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He never likes you to talk about him, about how good he is and those kinds of things. He's always embarrassed by that. That's one of the endearing qualities about him.
I just remember, managing the big leagues and befriending me.
May hits this one a long way. It's fair and gone. That's his 30th home run of the year. And will score the 5th run of the night for Boston, and they're again up by 3. It's 5-2 now.
He had a couple of good sequences against Jason Bay. Even the first pitch fooled Jason, but boy, he stayed in there. There's another cutter. He's trying to go in. He left it over the plate. That's 3 cutters. 2 to lefties and now to Bay. But he missed location. Tried to just hit the indoor front door side of home plate right there, and it ran over the heart of the plate.
Lowell hits it on the ground. That's a fair ball, and will head back toward that short sidewall as Crawford plays the carom, and Lowell is on his way to second. That's his 2nd double of the night. He's on for the 3rd consecutive time. So a home run followed by a double, and Joe Madden comes up out of the dugout. That's going to be it for Sonnenstein. He had Brian Schaus and Lance Cormier busy down there, and it's going to be the lefty here to face the left-handed man of Drew. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Metro PCS. Unlimit yourself. In the 5th, he's been charged with 5 runs to this point. And Brian Schaus is the new pitcher on to face the left-handed bat of J.D. Drew. And the pitch is a strike. Drew homered in the 4th inning. Bay is homered here in the 5th. A couple of long balls surrendered by Sonnenstein. 1-1. Andy charged with 5 runs, 3 of those earned. He's responsible for a man on at second as he leads. And a foul back. 1-2.
Those 5 sliders in a row Andy threw to start the season. Sometimes it goes a stutter, it looks like a slider. But that's 5 very similar pitches in a row. Crossing the whole run and level.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
All about the same speed too, about 80 to 84.
Against this lineup, you have to use not only your physical ability but some guile with it.
Especially 3 times around the line.
3-2, full count here to Drew. That's Mike Lowell at second, nobody out. And ball 4. Schaus gives up the walk. To first goes Drew. Alex Gonzalez due up. Lance Cormier down there in the bullpen, and here comes Joe Madden again. Now the Rays talk it over on the hill. They have Gonzalez, the right-handed bat, due, and Ellsbury, a left-handed bat, behind him. Madden's going to stay with the veteran lefty Brian Schaus.
In the way that the Sox are swinging tonight, I don't see a bunt here for Gonzalez. I'm sure Joe Madden went over that just in case, but he's swinging the bat pretty well since he came to Boston, and you do have a left-handed ground ball pitcher on the mound. But with the corners up, I think if you're Terry Francona in the 5th inning, you don't have to give up an out, especially with a lefty on deck. And Ellsbury, I think he's swinging the bat. Through the corners, Pena's way in.
And he does swing a line shot. That's going to be an out there. The throw across to first, but Paul Nart has called him out on the catch. So it's going to be 5 unassisted down there. There he is.
Yeah, he knocked it down and hit third base, and then he was going over to first to get the out at first, which he would have had. There you see Evan knock it down. I think some people thought he caught it cleanly. But then if he throws a strike over there and he had plenty of time, you get the double play. So that's why we see runners at first and second, because he did get the lead runner.
You know, he was in a position where you potentially could have gotten all 3.
That's true.
So
he's just trying to save his face first.
Yeah. Gonzalez reaches on a fielder's choice, and Lowell is out at third as Paul Schreiber made the call down there when he recovered, when Longoria recovered and grabbed the ball and stepped on the bag. So Drew's at second and Gonzalez is at first.
He's fortunate he was able to save his teeth right there in that line drive. That was a bullet. That's good management to me by Terry Francona. Let him swing. 5th inning. 3-run lead. Why give up an out?
You know, it would have been interesting
here.
had he been able to make a good throw and get Gonzalez at first, because I think they had a shot at getting Drew in a rundown between first and second. It would have been a triple play.
I think they did. Absolutely they did.
Take another look.
Yeah, here's a wide shot. There's the plate. Drew's in between first and see Drew. There he is right there. I mean, they got a shot at 3. They get him in a rundown. If that Alvin's made it first, Drew's in a rundown right there.
And a triple play.
No doubt.
1 out with men at first and second.
Hey, should have bunted.
2-2 to Ellsbury.
Oh, man. That's why managers don't like to hit and run first and second, nobody out, for that reason right there.
Living on the edge.
Just in case. Line drive. At somebody.
That's a popper in the short left. Roberts had to make the catch on this one. So Ellsbury is out of there. 2 outs. Now Pedroia's due, and Madden comes out to make the pitching change here. With 2 men on and 2 men out, a run in. Back in a moment. By Subway, play hard, eat fresh. By Amscott, you're okay with us. And by Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. Back at the Trop, it's a 5-2 ball game. Another run home on the leadoff home run by Jason Bay. And now Lance Cormier's on to face Dustin Pedroia, trying to get the Rays out of a spot here. And you know, if he can get Pedroia and the Rays can get out of this only 3 runs down, you know, even though they've scored a run already, there's a chance for a lift coming out of this inning.
Oh, big time. This game could be, well, it's not out of the woods yet in this inning, but it feels like it's a bigger differential than 3 runs right now. 2 outs and 2 on.
And the pitch to Pedroia is a strike.
Six RBIs, hitting 333, runners in scoring position for Dustin.
After this one, fouling it back. 0-2. Well, now Cormier, the third Rays pitcher, got out, a strike away from getting the Rays out of this with no further damage. Blocked by Navarro. It's 1-2.
Nice job by Deonner getting over there, softening up the balls. Just drops out right in front. I know we have messy lineup cards, so Joe's bad lineup card has to get messy.
1-2.
A lot of action.
Ground ball to second. Aki's got it. The throw to first in time, and the Rays do get out of that following the leadoff homer by Bay. It's 5-2, middle of the fifth. Got a run in the first on the RBI single by Carlos Pena. Boston back with a run in the bottom of the second. They scored 3 in the fourth inning. 2 on the home run by J.D. Drew. Carlos Pena homered to open the bottom of the fourth, and Jason Bay homered to open the top of the fifth inning. So it's a 5-2 game as the Rays send the top of the order up here in the home half of the fifth. And the first pitch to Jason Bartlett, he takes for a strike. So Sonnenstein made 91 pitches, gave up 5 runs, 3 earned in 4+ innings. One and one the count. Bartlett with a couple fly balls. He is 0 for 2 on a fly ball to left and 1 to right field. And there's a base hit into right to open the bottom of the fifth. So Bartlett, who came into the game 8 for 16 lifetime against Lester, picks up his first hit tonight.
That's what Jason usually does when he gets a pitch to hit. Last time he just got underneath it and popped out to right field. This time it's a crisp single to right. Gets right through the baseball.
Carl Crawford. Carl 1 for 2 tonight. Pitch, ball 1. Lester had a string of 4 no decisions between a victory over Baltimore and 1 over the Blue Jays, and then had a no decision his last time out against the White Sox. Bartlett in at first. One and one. Crawford's hit in the first, an infield hit. He wound up at second on the error by Gonzalez. But scored on the Pena base hit. A ball, 2 strikes.
Lester's got a couple ways to go here. He can go up the ladder, try to go fastball right back up and in under his hands, or go a slider right here, down the way, look for a ground ball to short. Victor Martinez called back inside.
And Crawford is out on strikes. A foul tip strikeout. Strikeout number 7 for Lester. Sign up at Kane's Furniture for a chance to meet one of your favorite Rays players. And if Rays pitchers come up with 10 strikeouts in a game at home, log on to CaneStrikeout.com, print a voucher to be redeemed at Kane's for a free Papa John's pizza. Get to Kane's today. Here's Ben Zobrist. Down and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Well, Lester to have all these strikeouts, 1 out into the 5th, has a low pitch count, only 64 pitches.
Yeah, he's had really good command both sides of the plate.
Zobrist fouls it into the top of the screen. It's 1-1. A ball, 2 strikes.
That's a good pitch right there for Lester. Ben Zobrist shaking his head in acknowledgement. So, yep, that was just a nasty pitch by a very good big league pitcher. That slider right there, good tilt on that, down and in. Tough pitch to get to.
Two balls, 2 strikes. I have him with only 3 3-ball counts all night.
Yep. I believe you. I know that's right. I know you. No, I mean that's. I know you keep track of that. That sounds about right. He just had good command. He's been ahead all night.
And a wave and a miss. He strikes out Zobrist, strikeout number 8. That was a very tough pitch. You talk about having a tough at bat with a guy making good pitches. We just saw it there.
Well, that's what's so tough, because he gets ahead of you and he can either throw the slider or go with that one. Now he missed location. Victor Martinez was set up in, but nonetheless it's effective as it ran away, up and away from Ben Zobrist. But most of the time he's hitting the glove wherever Victor Martinez sets up.
Here's Evan Longoria. Pitch is down. And you know, as effective as he has been, the Rays are in a situation where one mistake and a long one and the Rays would be right back in this. Not that they're out of it now, but it would be a 1-run game.
Oh, long ball. You're right there.
Longoria, base hit up the middle. Bartlett will stop at second. So Evan with a single to get Carlos Pena to the plate here in the 5th inning, and we know how hot he's been.
You got the right guy coming up. Ball is down in the zone, and Evan Longoria just drops the head of the bat and shoots it right back up the middle. And now the long ball, they are right there.
John Farrell, with that in mind, makes a trip to the mound. The Red Sox pitching coach.
Well, the American League East teams will tell you, and I've talked to many of the players and different teams, and they never count the Rays out. As ugly as this game seems, it's only a 3-run difference right now in the 5th inning, and you got the leading home run hitter in the American League with a single and a home run tonight, and Carlos Pena stepping up at the plate.
Well, this is the home run he hit back in the 4th inning. He jumped on a first pitch fastball. That was number 39.
And both hits tonight, one a little bit to right center, the single RBI single in the first, and that home run you just saw to dead center field. That's a good sign. And as he does that, the home runs are actually climbing and the batting average is climbing.
So Carlos Pena preparing to hit against the left-hander Lester.
There is a big shift on. See Alex Gonzalez right behind John Lester there, right up the middle.
And the pitch, he pops it up, foul ball. That's going to be out of play. I don't know, but did it hit something up there?
Yeah, I think it hit the catwalk up there.
Yep, it came back down because Martinez never did really see it, and it struck something back there. It was headed out of play.
Yeah, I think it came straight down right behind the plate.
And then fell right there about halfway back to the screen.
That's right.
One of the staircases on the way to the catwalk. And a foul straight back.
Is that our eye in the sky that saw that? Todd Callis?
Todd Callis, the all-seeing, all-knowing. Todd Callis actually is in a position to follow that one. And it hit one of the stairways walking from one ring to the next. And
that's our tracker.
Yep, there he is. The ubiquitous Todd Callis.
Look at that focus. I saw him checking it out. See, he's got it locked in. Can pinpoint the exact spot. That away, Todd.
0-2 count to Pena. Off the plate in.
One thing in watching Victor Martinez, he has too much movement receiving the ball back there. He's kind of jerking the ball. You just want to freeze it. You might even take a couple of lessons from Jason Varitek, how good he is receiving and freezing the ball, because I've been watching him all night. I mean, he's getting some pitches because Lester's there, but there's a lot of movement and jerking balls and taking them out of the zone. You want to freeze it and give the umpire a better look.
1-2 and a ground ball to the right side for Euclid. He'll run it in himself and then retires the side. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. Through 5, 5-2 Boston. Crash. The Florida Department of Transportation wants to make sure you think before you drink this Labor Day weekend. Drunk driving, over the limit, under arrest. Here at Tropicana Field, we've gone through 5. 5-2. Boston leading, and Victor Martinez in there against Lance Cormier. Ball, no strikes. Cormier got the final out in the 5th inning. Sonnenstein worked 4 innings plus, gave up 5 runs, 3 earned. Schaus 2/3 of an inning. And now Cormier got Pedroia on the ground ball in the 5th inning. facing Victor Martinez, and he's behind him 2-0. Kevin Youkilis will be next, and then David Ortiz. And a little soft looping fly ball short right for a base hit. Martinez has his second hit. He's on for the third time. Dropped it into short right. And now it'll be Kevin Youkilis. The Rays get further action in the bullpen down the right field line. It's Chad Bradford. And the pitch is in there for a strike.
You know, one thing about Victor Martinez, he doesn't always hit it hard, but he has a knack for putting the bat on the ball. And he gets a lot of those types of hits where he'll drop it over an infielder's head. In the fourth inning, he sliced that little ball to left field over Longoria's head on a cutter or slider from Sonnenstein. And then when you make a big time mistake, he'll hit you out of the ballpark.
2 strikes to count to Youkilis. It's low. Fastball darting down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball game in the 6th. And we'll check swing. Hopper, third base side, foul, and grabbed immediately by Navarro, just in case, because that ball was still lively enough. You're not sure what it could hit. It bounced back fair.
Yeah, it might have hit the lip in foul territory or the turf there and carry him back in. Take a look from the third base angle. That's exactly right. It takes one more bounce. It did go toward foul territory, but she did the right thing.
So it's still 1-2 to Youkilis. The Rays trail 5-2 in the 6th. Texas beat Toronto earlier 5-2. Ground ball shortstop. Bartlett to Aki, and Aki to Pena. Safe the call over there. So Martinez is forced at second. Bartlett to Makanori Iwamura. And Youkilis safe at first.
Well, he hustled out of the box. It looks like a routine double play ball, but Bartlett trying to be sure. Aki comes across the bag, makes a nice throw, and Kevin just does beat it. Kind of stayed down on the turf. It didn't have the true hops. It kind of hugged the turf a little bit, and that slowed it up enough for Youkilis to get there.
And here's David Ortiz with the shift. Iwamura the hole on the right side with Bartlett on the first base side of the bag, and a big cut and a foul ball. Strike 1. Ortiz singled in the 3rd. Averaged .230 with his 22 home runs. 78 runs batted in.
That says a lot about Youkilis too. He hustles on everything, a lot like Ben Zobrist does for the Rays.
Fly ball toward the line and left. Crawford on the run, and he cannot come up with it off his glove. Down to second goes Youkilis, and Ortiz is safely aboard. A long run by Crawford, and that's a ball that Carl knows that he should catch and does almost every time.
Yeah.
That's going to be an error charged to Crawford.
Yeah, it did have a lot of hang time as Carl was playing over in left center. But certainly when you get there, had the glove on the ball and just ticked off the edge of it right there. Got it tracked there in plenty of time. Just hit the little finger of the glove and off it.
Boy, the Rays have made 3 errors tonight. And even that line drive hit by Gonzalez that was in and out of the glove of Longoria, and he scrambled and got the force play for the out. Pitch is down. A lot of times he catches that ball on the line, and then even after he didn't, they had a chance to get a triple play, and the throw to first base was off the bag. It's been a strange night for the Rays that way.
Well, they're fortunate as we speak. I mean, they're a ground ball away from getting out of this inning. It's only a 3-run game because it just feels like it's a 6 or 7-run lead for the Red Sox. But you keep making those mistakes, and pretty soon it will be.
2-0 the count to Jason Bay. That's a strike. 2-1. Well, the Red Sox have had base runners all over the place. When you factor in 9 hits, 5 walks, and 3 errors.
He's an interesting free agent too, Jason Bay, this winter.
3 balls and a strike.
Now, he's got 30 home runs. The batting average isn't high, but he's going to have obviously well over 30, most likely, plus over 100 RBIs. And you know, the big free agent out there will be Matt Holliday of the Cardinals. But Jason Bay is going to get a lot of play out there too. I mean, it may very well be the Red Sox, but a chance to be a free agent for the first time. Usually you take that opportunity.
And there's ball 4. The bases are going to be loaded now with 1 out. So the 6th walk issued by Rays pitching. Mike Lowell is going to be the hitter. And we're going to get a new pitcher here for the Rays. Joe Madden will match up the right-hander Bradford.
By authority of the Tampa Bay Rays, it may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Back at Tropicana Field, it's a 5-2 game. We're in the top of the 6th. The Red Sox have loaded the bases with 1 out, and Chad Bradford will get the call. He's a ground ball specialist, and that's what the Rays are looking for with Mike Lowell due up. Bradford on for the 14th time.
Yeah, and Joe Madden is managing with a sense of urgency, really as he should. With the Red Sox coming in with a 5-game lead in the wild card over the Rays, Bradford's at the .270 earned run average. Corners most likely will be even with the bag. Play up the middle. Peña's on the edge of the turf right there. Longoria's back a little bit. With Lowell up there, but Lowell's got a couple of doubles and a walk.
Yeah, he's been on 3 times. Has scored twice. He scored the first Boston run of the night. So here's Bradford with them loaded. And a liner foul down into the bullpen. Strike 1. Mike Lowell, 1 out of 8 lifetime against Bradford. And a strike at the knees. It's 0-2.
A nice job by Navarro, just keeping the ball right there, too. See, no movement, just freezing it. Freeze it right there. The umpire, good look.
A 2-strike count to Lowell. Bradford in here to face Lowell. J.D. Drew on deck, and Randy Choate's busy in the bullpen. Up the right side for the Rays.
Well, the Rays have a reliever for every hitter. That's
they do. I mean, before the rosters expanded, they had 8 men down there in the bullpen, and there's Choate down there right now.
You've got a specialist from both sides. I mean, you got Choate that drops down, you got Chouse that drops down, you got Bradford that drops down. You got the overhand power of a Springer. You got good sinking movement of Dan Wheeler. The all-purpose man, J.P. Howell. Howell throwing 95.
Pitch down, blocked by Navarro. It's a 1-2 count. And the Rays and Joe Madden in a position where it truly is all hands on deck. The Rays starting this day 5 games back of Boston in the wild card.
And a lot of men on base they've had to deal with tonight defensively.
1-2, a little foul ball right back over the screen. So it's still a ball, 2 strikes. Rays got 4 innings plus from Sonnenstein and then to the bullpen, and since Sonnenstein's departure, Madden has been matching up. In fact, I think he really opened the 5th inning with the idea of matching up there.
Yes, he did.
Going to the bullpen. Just so happened that there were a couple of men who reached. The 1-2. Ground ball foul. And a nice grab by that youngster down there. How about that?
Well, he brought the glove. He's
flashing some leather.
Ready to make a play. Picked it. Good hands. Future first baseman. There's the next Carlos Pena. I wonder if he has power yet.
And a shot that's just foul. Boy, a low liner, just foul. Call made by Paul Schreiber.
Paul Schreiber down there. This ball hooking right at him. He's right on top of it. Called immediately. It's time for a nice slider.
And a pop fly, right center. Upton and Zobrist crisscross. Zobrist makes the catch and the throw. And the run scores on a sacrifice fly. Euclid crosses the plate. That will make it a 6-2 ball game. So the fly ball. It's a 4-run game now, and Joe Madden, with runners at first and second and 2 outs, wants the left-hander. Top half of the 6th inning. We'll look at the Buick Pontiac GMC Dealers Road ahead. Pitching matchup tomorrow. Josh Beckett and Matt Garza will be with you beginning at 6:30 on Sun Sports. And then on Fox Sports Florida Thursday, David Price against Clay Buchholz. And again, our coverage begins at 6:30 each of the next 2 nights. Buchholz. Randy Choate on to face J.D. Drew. Drew hit the 2-run home run in the 4th inning. The pitch is too low, a ball and no strikes.
About those numbers against Randy Choate. Perfect.
This time Choate got him out.
Yeah.
The odds are in his favor.
Yeah, I think so.
Behind him now, 2-0. Inside, 3-0. Well, the Red Sox have 6 runs. 3 are unearned runs as a result of the Braves' defensive deficiencies tonight. And it could be a lot worse. There's the strike. 3-1.
It's the only category where the Rays are the bottom, really, 20% in Major League Baseball. It's fielding. They're 23rd.
Foul out of play.
And that's surprising because they're such talented defensive players.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, right now, if you had to evaluate the concern this year as opposed to last year, it would be lack of innings from their starting pitching and defense. And as we know, good defense makes good pitching even better. And that's one of the great stories of last year's club. And it just has not quite matched this year what it was a year ago. 3-2 now. And a ground ball to the right side. Aki up with it out of the shift, and they throw to first in time. Limits the damage to 1, but another run at that, and it's 6-2 Boston.
Their Scott Kazmir trade today, and the player to be named later wasn't your typical player to be named later. Sean Rodriguez, who was tearing it up at Salt Lake City with 29 home runs and 93 runs batted in. He could play all over the field. And to make room on the 40-man roster, the Rays designate for assignment Joe Nelson. Andrew Friedman wants to give him a shot to be picked up by another team for the stretch run. So, guys, Sean Rodriguez completes the trade, along with Matt Sweeney and Alex Torres with the Angels. Back to you.
Yeah, and you're certainly right about that selection. Sean Rodriguez, not the typical player to be named later. And if you were with us earlier, you heard Andrew Friedman say that he's a guy they had talks about with the Angels before this latest deal. Matt Burrell takes a pitch down, and the count is 2-1. John Lester facing Burrell, Iwamura, and Navarro due up for the Rays in the bottom of the 6th. That's a strike, and it's 2-2 now to Pat. But Burrell has been victimized a couple times. Lowell made a very good play on him back in the 1st, and then he hit that hard line drive in the center, and Ellsbury made a great catch. He's out front as the curveball here, and is out on strikes. 9 strikeouts for Lester. Place your reservations for the 2010 Rays season tickets. Ensure the best seats, biggest savings, and all the great benefits. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com. Here's Akinori Iwamura.
Lester's nasty. I mean, he's throwing some curveballs now. I mean, he's got the whole arsenal. It makes him so tough. He's gotten Aki out twice on high fastballs, 95 miles an hour, after he's throwing breaking balls down and away.
Yeah, he just powered up on Aki twice. Once in the 2nd and the last time in the 4th. A pitch inside. 2-0, and Lester on the verge of double figures in strikeouts. Ramon Rivera is now up in the bullpen down the left field line for Boston.
You know, I'd seen Sean Rodriguez last couple of years in L.A. with the Angels, especially last year when he came up. He got in quite a few games. He didn't hit much for average his first time in the big leagues. He did hit a few home runs. He hit a couple this year. Had 25 at bats this year. Hit 2 home runs. But in AAA, so overall in the 09, he's got 31 home runs. Sean Rodriguez. And you look at his minor league numbers. He hit as many as 24 in A-ball. He hit 17 in AA in 07. He hit 21 in Salt Lake City in 08. So I mean, he's got legitimate power. I like him. Only 24 years old.
That last pitch to Aki.
And Rodriguez pulls it back and gets the call. The ball was definitely away.
That pitch fouled away. One out, base is empty. 3-2 the count to Aki. Pitch is fouled away again. Bottom of the 6th, the Rays trying to get something going against Lester, down by 4. Aki's worked into 3-2. And a ground ball hit to short. Gonzalez with a pickup in the throw. 2 up and 2 down. For the past 125 years, the St. Petersburg Times has been a part of the Tampa Bay community. From investigative journalism to award-winning sports coverage, the Times, Tampa Bay's newspaper of choice. To subscribe, call 877 The Times or visit TampaBay.com. Here's Navarro. DeHonor takes the ball. 1-0. Navarro had a base hit in the 4th inning. The pop foul is out of play.
You know, point, getting Sean Rodriguez in that deal makes it a more interesting deal than just about money, what people think. This kid's a pretty good player. I like him, and I talked to Mark Gubazov, the Angel analyst, about Torres. He said they projected him as a 1 or 2 starter.
Yeah, 1 ball, 2 strikes, and he's only 21 years old.
Left-handed.
The left-handed pitcher. And so they've added 2 21-year-olds in the infielder and the pitcher. Sweeney been playing third, but a left-handed bat really what they've been attracted by. And then Torres, the little left-hander, at 21, and now Sean Rodriguez. So they get 3 young players with talent, and there's an economic component to it. To be sure, they're going to save a lot of money by shifting the contract of Kazmir to the Angels. And there you see the numbers. Alex Torres 13-4 overall this year, and Sweeney with 296 average. Sean Rodriguez with his numbers. 3-2 now. Foul.
Well, it just bothered me. I was in Los Angeles when the trade went down, and local talk radio was just ripping on the Rays like, what are they doing? Thank you for giving us Scott Kazmir. And we know Scott's been pitching well, but I defended Andrew Friedman. I said I didn't go on their show. I waited for my own radio show on XM to talk about it Monday. But I just listened to it, and I couldn't believe some of the things I was hearing. How people were so uninformed about what's going on with the Rays here.
There's ball 4. Navarro works a walk with 2 outs, and that'll get Upton to the plate.
It's just like when the Delman Young trade was made. All of a sudden people realize, oh really, maybe there's some good evaluation going on here, because you got Matt Garza, and then you got, oh yeah, Jason Bartlett. Remember him? You know, I mean, you know that. It's amazing that people sometimes in local talk radio aren't informed on what's going on a scale across the country 3,000 miles away.
Well, B.J. Upton stepping in. Takes a cut, misses. Strike 1.
Well, if he catches up with that one, it's a 2-run game.
The Red Sox are going to get some company down there for Ramirez in their bullpen. It's Billy Wagner starting to loosen. That's outside. 1-1.
Well, one thing about Lester, not that his pitch count really is that terribly high, it's just that he's had to sit a lot with these long innings, in between innings, because the offense has had a lot of base runners when the Red Sox are hitting.
And he got under this one and sends a high fly ball to left. Mays there with plenty of room to spare and makes the catch. Rays leave a man. We're through 6, and it's 6-2 Boston. game of this series. Don't forget the Rays and the Red Sox tomorrow and Thursday. Tickets still available. Visit RaysBaseball.com to get your tickets for the remaining games of this series. Rays and the Red Sox. The Rays trying to keep their postseason hopes alive here on this homestand. Alex Gonzalez will lead off the 7th. Jacoby Ellsbury next, and then Dustin Pedroia. That's a strike to Gonzalez. Gonzalez hit the line drive to third in the 5th inning with runners at first and second and nobody out. He hit the line drive down to Longoria, who tried to make a catch on the ball. And the bouncing ball up the middle, and Bartlett makes the play. And as it turns out, the Rays got the out when Longoria had it pop out of his glove. And he managed to recover and step on the bag, and even after that had a chance at a triple play, but the throw to first was not on line. Here's Jacoby Ellsbury. Dan Wheeler now up in the Rays bullpen. Ellsbury gonna bunt, fouls it, strike one. Ramos taking a call from the dugout. One strike to count. Choate got through to end the 6th, and now Gonzalez to open the 7th. There's a strike. 2.
Billy Wagner still throwing in the bullpen, so I mean Terry Francona wouldn't do that unless he's coming in the game coming off of that elbow surgery.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
There's Billy getting ready and still throwing 95, 96. Before the trade, I talked to Brian McCann of the Braves. He said he had just seen him. I said, how did he look compared to what you saw before he got hurt? He said he looked better. He was still throwing 96. He goes, he struck me out on a hard slider.
1-2, a wave and a miss. Ellsbury goes down on strikes. First strikeout for Choate. Well, the Red Sox have made some roster moves, letting Smoltz and Penny go and adding Billy Wagner and Paul Bird. Bird gave them a good outing. How about that?
He sure did. Yep, six solid innings. Billy Wagner's already struck out 3 in his inning of work, and Brad Penny's going to start for the Giants here shortly against the Phillies. And John Smoltz has had a couple of good starts with the Cardinals.
A little bit high, and the count is 1-1 to Pedroia.
That too much of the plate. Pretty good pitch. Not high. Paul Bird.
Pitch outside. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, the Red Sox, Dwayne, I mean, they signed a couple guys in the offseason like Penny, John Smoltz. See if some veterans would come back and pitch at the back end of the rotation. We saw Penny pitch pretty well, pretty straight. But at least he was throwing 95, showed he was healthy. And John Smoltz just didn't happen for him in the American League for the Red Sox, but he's been super already for the Cardinals. Kind of knew that, though, didn't you, knowing his personality?
Yeah.
I wasn't going to let it end that way.
3-1 now to Pedroia. He fouls this one into the stands. So the count is full.
Just asked Paul Nard if the ball was outside, and the call said yes.
Ground ball and a strikeout for Choate. And strike on the outside part of the plate. Pedroia's out on strikes, and he didn't like the call. Puts up an argument with Paul Nart. So we go to the bottom of the seventh, 6-2 Boston. With the AT&T Rapid Rewind. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. We go to the home half of the seventh inning with the Rays down 6-2. Top of the order again. Here's Jason Bartlett, and he faces Billy Wagner. So Lester's gone after 6 innings of very good baseball. Wagner making his second appearance for the Red Sox. Made his Boston debut Sunday. 3 strikeouts. Two balls and a strike.
Billy's a guy that went through waivers because he was traded after the July 31st non-waiver deadline, and the Reds, they got all the way to Boston, the American League.
And a line drive right to Lowell down at third. So Bartlett hit the ball hard, but right to the third baseman.
Right on the nose, and he's lined out to left in the first inning. He lines out to third. He's single to right. He's had 3 really good at bats. Lowell playing even with the bag in case of a bunt attempt. Crossover and a dive, and he's got the line drive. Takes a double away.
Earl Crawford looks at a strike.
Can't hit it any better than that.
And a wave and a miss at that fastball with some life on it. Wagner had Tommy John surgery last September, and back throwing like this.
And they took the ligament from his leg, not from the other elbow, from his leg. And he said that's what hurt him more. He said it was his leg when I was rehabbing hurt me more than my arm. He's a gamer. He's a really good guy. I've gotten to know him over the years, and you know, he waived his no trade clause
A wave and a miss. He strikes out Crawford. There's a slider.
That's the one Brian McCann of the Braves was telling me that he's doing. Got him with 95, 96, and then that hard slider. That's some kind of addition for the Red Sox to have that kind of lefty. Okajima, a different type of lefty because he's got the great off-speed stuff. Billy's just raw power slider, power fastball. But he waived his no-trade clause, Wayne, in order for free agency this offseason because they had an option on him, and he wanted to make sure that he was able to go out there on the market.
Zobrist bounces one foul.
And they worked it out.
That's something he wanted.
Yeah, and they worked it out. The Red Sox said, okay. Took a little while. People thought at first, well, he didn't want to go to Boston. And I disputed that when I heard those rumors. Didn't want to pitch in that environment. And I just said, that's not true. And then the next day, he said, I'll waive it if you guys allow me to be a free agent.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Look at that, some kind of career. 15 saves away from 400 with a 2.39 earned run average.
6th on the all-time saves list. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's only one left-hander who has more saves than Wagner, and that's John Franco.
Amazing, it really is. I mean, he's come back this fast. It's amazing too. Like you said, September was the operation. Usually that operation to come back and pitch like you once did takes about 18 months. 12 months usually you come back. 18 months before you throw like you once did. The only other guy I can think of is Josh Johnson of the Marlins that came back in 11 months, and his first start at Dodger Stadium he threw 96 miles an hour.
Swing and a miss. Zobrist strikes out on the fastball. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Wagner. It's a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 8th. 6-2 Boston. Presented by Hess Express continues. That'll be Saturday when the Rays take on the Tigers. It'll be beach night. You can have fun and join in for the free post-game concert featuring the Beach Boys. Visit RaysBaseball.com to get your tickets. We go to the 8th. Randy Choate to face Victor Martinez, the switch-hitting catcher. He went right-handed, and the first pitch is a little bit high. Euclid next, and then Ortiz. And both bullpens are busy here in the 8th inning. Choate has pitched an inning and a third. Pitch is down. 2-0. Sonnenstein, Schaus, Cormier, Bradford, and Choate. And that one a little bit wide. 3-0. Wheeler back up in the Rays bullpen up the right field line. Kojima's up in the bullpen for Boston down the left side. There's the strike. 3-1.
Well, that's the other thing about Billy Wagner. They're not going to use him for 2 innings. They're going to use him just like they did. 1 solid inning, get the ball to Okajima or Daniel Bard to get the ball to Papelbon.
Now full count, cut and a miss by Martinez.
Still got the stuff. You got to be happy with the way he's come back. Even when he took the Mets, he came back and threw well. That's what enabled the Boston Red Sox to take a claim on him.
Yeah, and I still marvel that his surgery was September 10th last year, so it hasn't really been a full year.
No. He's an interesting guy to be on the free agent market this winter, too. He's an older guy, obviously, but wow, 15 saves away from 400 and still throwing like that. He's going to get some takers.
3-2 and a popper right side. Hockey's out there in shallow right field from second to take care of that. And so that's going to be the first out here in the 8th. Stay in the game hole leaders for the Rays. Brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. Balfour and Wheeler tops in the Rays bullpen in that department as middle relievers keep their teams in the game. You too can stay in the game with Just for Men Hair Color. Joe Madden out of the dugout. He's going to go to the bullpen again, so he gets an inning in 2/3 from Randy Choate, and he'll want the right-hander Dan Wheeler out of the bullpen. He'll be the 6th Rays pitcher of the night. Well, the Rays and the wild card race starting 5 games back. Texas now 3 games back. The Texas Rangers beat Toronto. There was a 5-2 final earlier in Texas. And in the second game, they have a 4-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning in game 2. So Texas already with a win and leading in the nightcap.
And those are really the only 3 teams involved. Seattle's too far back. And the teams in the Central are going to have to win their division, whether it be Minnesota, who's playing the White Sox. They're winning 2-1 right now in the 7th. Dan Wheeler's done a really nice job overall. 3.42 earned run average. Still love that 35 strikeout to 7 walk ratio. Outstanding. Lawrence batting average against 205. Solid season for Dan.
Well, Kevin Youkilis will be the first man he faces. Youkilis has a base hit. He drove in a run with a fly ball in the 4th inning and scored a run in the 6th. As usual, he's right in the middle of the Boston offense. Wheeler's first pitch is in there for a strike. He starts it with a fastball.
3 guys we talked about in the pregame show have done the job. Victor Martinez, a couple of hits and a walk. Youkilis, RBI, a base hit, and Lowell, a couple doubles, a couple runs scored.
This one a little high. The count is 1-1. Well, a nice job by Randy Choate. A couple of strikeouts.
Yeah, he got all 5 men he faced.
And a fly ball back into left field. Crawford's going to go to the wall, and that's his 23rd home run of the year.
Take a look right here. This ball ran back on the inside corner. I think Dan was trying to go the way, and it ran back in, middle in. Fan in the front row right there. They boxed it. Didn't matter. It's a home run for Euclid.
And that makes it 7-2. The pitch to Ortiz. Away and off the mid of Navarro. 1 ball, no strikes. Ortiz and a base hit in the 3rd. Pitch down and in. 2-0. The high foul, back and out of play. Takes the count to 2-1. Euclid with the home run. He has 2 hits off Wheeler, and both of them have been home runs. Two and one now, the count. 2-2. So the Red Sox have hit 3 home runs tonight. Drew hit 1, Bay has hit 1, and now Euclid.
And the problem is you're looking at the #1 bullpen in the American League, the Boston Red Sox.
And a wave and a miss. Ortiz out on strikes. 2 gone here in the 8th.
The bottom fell out of that pitch right there to David Ortiz.
And now here's Jason Bay. And Bay, something like Euclid against Wheeler, he has 3 hits off him. He's just 3 for 23, but 2 home runs and a double. The pitch is down. 1 ball, no strikes. Euclid with a couple of runs batted in tonight. He has 79 on the year. Fastball. So Wheeler made a good pitch to Ortiz to strike him out. He's made a couple pretty good pitches here to Bay.
But
the mistake he made, Euclid hit it out.
Yeah, those are unreachable right there. I mean, that's just paint on the outside corner. 2 in a row.
And he just missed right there. In the corner, not as wide as we thought it might be.
I guess he didn't dip the brush in the paint there. It's actually a good call, just off the corner.
2-2 the count.
Why not try to go a little wider though? Nice effort.
And a ground ball, shortstop. Bartlett with a pickup and the throw, and that retires Bay. And Boston, they pick up a run on the homer by Euclid. Bottom of the 8th coming, 7-2 Boston. week. Fox brings you the national game of the week. Dustin Pedroia and the Red Sox take on Paul Konerko and the White Sox. That's a pivotal game for both teams' playoff chances. Fox Saturday baseball this week at 4 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Evan Longoria on to face Hideki Okajima. One perfect inning for Wagner with 2 strikeouts. And Longoria puts down a bunt. He'll have himself a base hit. Longoria with Lowell back at third, bunts his way on.
Smart and perfect. Great bunt, relaxes, takes his time. Nice setup, make sure he gets it down. Drops the back leg, and that's just a perfect bunt with Lowell playing deep. Base runners, it's all Evan's thinking about. That's a smart move.
Here's Carlos Pena. Pena with a couple hits, driving in both Rays runs.
Okajima's been tough. Good strikeout to walk ratio there too. 49 punch outs, only 18 walks. The league hitting 227 against him.
Carlos getting time. Balfour up in the Rays bullpen. No count yet to Carlos Pena. The pitch sails a little wide. 1 ball, no strikes.
Throwback went right over Okajima's head, and Pedroia was right there because he's playing up, or excuse me, Gonzalez is right there. He's playing up the middle. A little bit to the second base side with Pena up there. Otherwise, that throws into center field by Victor Martinez.
It's inside. 2-0. Double barrel action in the bullpen for the Red Sox. It's not Merchant at this point, but Bard had been up and Papelbon joined him. A 2-0 count to Carlos Pena. 2-1. Worked 6, gave up 2 runs, had 9 strikeouts, and for one of the few times this year threw under 100 pitches, 97 pitches for Lester. Wagner, a perfect and impressive inning. Two and two.
Those 9 strikeouts gives Lester 196 for the season, which is an all-time record for a Red Sox left-handed pitcher. Bruce Hurst had the record. And Bruce wasn't a big power guy.
Again, Pena stepping back, getting time. Fouls one, forcing another 2-2 pitch. We'll be with you tomorrow night at 6:30 on Sun Sports in high definition tomorrow for the second game of this 3-game series. Garza pitches tomorrow against Josh Beckett. David Price and Clay Buchholz here on Thursday. Longoria, and the pitch is fouled. So we'll do it again on 3-2. Evan bunting his way on to start the bottom of the 8th.
And Longoria going because they weren't paying attention. They're playing behind him just to stay out of the double play. Chase Carl sits it on the ground to the right side. Keep the inning going.
Three, 2, and a shot up the right side, foul beyond the bullpen.
Forgot to bring the glove. Don't ice it.
We saw the replay there.
Yeah, letting us know it hit the wall right there, huh?
He had his own replay.
Yeah. Right in between the hands there.
Three-2 is inside for ball 4. So Pena draws a walk, extending the at-bat. Pushes Longoria to second. And we'll get Pat Burrell to the plate.
Try to go up and in right there, and Martinez brings it back. And it was a ball. It was inside off the corner. Victor Martinez trying to bring it back. When you do that, you're telling the umpire it was inside.
So first and second, nobody out. Pat Burrell 0 for 3, twice hit the ball hard. Struck out on a breaking ball his last time. Jacoby Ellsbury made a heck of a play on that line drive he hit to center back in the 4th inning. He takes a pitch down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Lowell made a good play on him back in the 1st inning. So Burrell looking for his first hit tonight. That's a strike at the knees. Here's a look at that play Ellsbury made on him at the 4th. That's the Verizon Wireless play of the game. Jacoby Ellsbury taking an extra base hit away from Pat Burrell on the Verizon Wireless play of the game. 1-1 the count. Pat pops it foul. Will carry out a play. 1-2. Fouled away the fastball. Okajima. The pitch fouled again.
Really good pitch to hit there.
A couple of fastballs here fouled away by Pat Burrell.
Yeah. Martinez sets up in. This ball's out over the plate. That's right in Pat's wheelhouse. He just missed it. Got away with a mistake right there.
Again on 1-2. And a fly ball into left center. That's going to drop for a base hit. Longoria heads to the plate. An RBI single, that makes it 7-3. So Pat Burrell drives in the run, his 53rd RBI of the year.
Yeah, he missed the pitch before, but he did miss this one. He had some tailing action too, but he went out and got it and drops it into left field. Nice read by Evan Longoria, because, well, one hops Jason Bay, but Evan was taking off. He knew he wasn't going to catch it. He was able to score.
So the Rays make it a 4-run game. Nobody out with 2 men on. Willie Ibar is going to pinch hit for Iwamura. John Farrell out talking with his left-hander Okajima.
Hey, an inning started by a bunt. I mean, you just saw Evan Longoria. That's exactly why he did that, because the Rays need base runners when you're down 5, and now they're down 4 because he took advantage of Lowell playing deep. Put some pressure on the pitcher, and still nobody out.
Well, here's Ibar. He takes the pitch low. Oh, no strikes. Hockey gone 0 for 3. And now Ibar's on, hitting against Okajima. Strike, 1-1. Sign up. He wasn't sure if that was going to drop or not, but it does. The bases are now loaded with nobody out, and the Rays are going to get the potential tying run to the plate here in the 8th.
Well, from the third base coach's box, it had to be a tough angle to see if Pedroia could get to it or not. From behind home plate, clearly you know he's not going to get to it, but with nobody out, that's the right move. And he turns and looks at it, and he knows he's not going to try to score on that move. That makes it.
Well, one thing the Rays have been against Okajima is patient. I mean, after the bunt by Longoria, Pena really worked him for that walk. And Burrell missed a couple of pretty good pitches and then got the RBI single. Ibar dropping a base hit into right. And now Deoner Navarro due to hit. We're going to get a runner for Ibar. Gabe Gross will run now for Ibar. So Gabe Gross in the game at first to run. And Deoner Navarro is 0 for 5 lifetime against Okajima. Takes the pitch, a strike at the knees, says Paul Dart.
Yeah, that's exactly what Paul Dart called it. He called it across the knees. I saw Victor Martinez. He doesn't freeze it out there to give him a good look. He just catches it and pulls it in and gets it back to the pitcher.
And Navarro with a little looper. That's going to fall in there for a base hit. Pena scores. Burrell stops at third. The Rays have another run, and now it's 7-4. So Navarro just making contact. Drops one in there. He picks up the 4th hit of the inning for the Rays.
A little two-seam fastball down the way, and he just throws his hands at it. Keeps a handle with his right hand as he runs down to first base. Almost identical hit that Aymar had. Over Pedroia's head.
Terry Francona out of the dugout following the RBI single by Navarro. Now the Rays trying to chip their way back into this one. The new pitcher, the call goes out to the bullpen. We'll be back in a moment. In the 8th inning, Jonathan Papelbon will get the call.
Well, Jonathan has blown 3 saves, 32 of 35. The ERA is below 2. Well over a strikeout an inning. So Terry Francona had Daniel Bard up there, too. He had both guys up. I thought he would have brought Bard in a lot sooner before it got to Papelbon, but now, of course, definite save situation because the potential winning run is at the plate. Stay with Okajima, and even though a couple of those balls weren't hit hard, momentum definitely the Rays' way. So he goes to his horse. We'll see what happens, but they've come back in this game. This is some kind of comeback. They put themselves in a situation to.
Well, they've scored 2. They have the bases loaded, and B.J. Upton will bat against Papelbon. B.J. 0 for 6 with 4 strikeouts against Papelbon. B.J. 2 strikeouts tonight and 3 at bats.
Well, I have seen B.J. catch up with a 95 fastball before and it went out. Pretty good time for it.
Here's the pitch. And it's outside. Starting it with a fastball away. 1 ball, no strikes. Rays have done it with 4 hits and a walk. On the corner, says plate umpire Paul Nart.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good pitch. Had plenty in the corner, right at the knees.
One and one now. Fouls one out of play. It's a 1-2 count.
That's a pitch B.J. like to have back. That was a very hittable pitch. 91 up and out over the plate.
That's Bartlett. He's on deck. Papelbon strikes him out with a fastball.
That ball just ran back out over the heart of the plate. They were trying to get underneath his hands. Ran on him. DJ couldn't catch up.
So Upton strikes out for the third time tonight. The first out here in the 8th. And it's Jason Bartlett. Bounces it foul, strike one. Bartlett 2 out of 6 against Papelbon. Saw J.P. Howell up in the bullpen along with Balfour. Jason singled in the 5th inning. Lined hard to the third baseman Lowell in the 7th. Hit the ball hard 3 times tonight. Westman Long covered up by Martinez. It's 1-1.
He tried to split there. Not even close.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Rays have committed 3 errors tonight, leading to 3 unearned runs, and that's the difference right now. But they have a big opportunity, but they'll have to do it against Papelbon. 1-1 upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Work Saturday. He picked up a save against Toronto. 2-1 pitch. And a pop foul back. That's out of play. Another fastball. So the count is 2-2.
Seen all fastballs from Papelbon except for the one change, the one off speed pitch he threw to Bartlett. But so far, no breaking stuff.
A 2-2 pitch about to be made with the bases loaded and 1 out of the 8th. And a liner back into center field. That's going to be caught by Ellsbury. And the bases will remain loaded. Burrow wasn't sure if it was caught or not. And Ellsbury makes another dandy play out there in center field to prevent the Rays from scoring anymore.
It's a fastball, and Jason hits it. He centers it pretty well. It's a great play by Ellsbury. Hits him right in the heel of the glove, and he hangs on to it. Burrow wasn't sure, really, in that situation with his speed. He's just not sure if the ball hit or not, if it was trapped or not. So he actually did the right thing.
So 2 outs now, and here is Carl Crawford. Crawford fouls it back into the screen for a strike. Boy, Ellsbury's made 2 great plays tonight. That ball skips by him. The base is empty.
Well, that's a game saver, perhaps, right there, because that's at least 1 run. And bases loaded, one out. And if you're right, if they got by him, I mean, that's the bases cleared right there.
Carl with 2 hits, one of those a double in 12 at bats against Papelbon. A swing and a miss, nothing in 2. The Rays have him loaded. Two strikes the count to Crawford.
Carl really choking up, trying to make sure he puts the ball in play.
Up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, you'd love to see Crawford extend this inning. It would mean that the Rays would score at least 1, and it would get Zobrist to the plate.
Yeah, that's right. Carl's trying to.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
He's in contact mode, and he's really choked up. See him right there in that bat.
And a foul ball. He stays alive.
Pitch he swung and missed at, this time off the outside corner. Can't take that for granted, so Carl gets a piece of it to stay alive. Who knows, might have been called strike 3. It's been a pretty wide zone tonight.
We'll see another 1-2 pitch from Papelbon. Crawford. Away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Crawford with the count square. Rays have Burrell at third. Gross at second. Navarro's at first. 2-2 the count. Ball, he fouls back and to the left.
So far, all fastballs to Carl and all away. Papelbon trying to get him to chase something out of the zone.
Another 2-2 pitch on the way, and that pitch is outside, and Crawford did everything in his power to keep from swinging, and so now we have a full count.
Boy, he did. I mean, he really did. He fell down trying to hold up on that. Check his swing. The ball was outside. And he did. He held up. That's a great call by Paul Schreiber. And you can see Paul Schreiber really locked in on it. He knows the importance of the game and the at-bat. And that's a good call by the third base umpire.
Well, you talk about extending an at-bat. He was down on the count, and now it's a full count. Gabe Kapler, by the way, is running at first now for Navarro.
Well, for the simple fact that the 3-2, 2 outs, everybody's going on the pitch. And if there's a ball in a gap, Kapler can tie the game with his speed on a double.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. The runners go, and the pitch is fouled back. A fastball in the mid-90s, and Crawford continues to extend this at bat.
Now, there's no secret of what's coming. He knows it's a fastball away at 93 to 95. It's been an 8-pitch at bat. He's just battling his tail off. And I don't see Papelbon changing it either. I don't see him fooling around with any other pitch but the fastball. Either he gets it by him or it could be a walk.
3-2. Again, the runners go, and the pitch is skied down the left field side toward the line, and Bay is there in foul territory to make the catch, and that will retire the side. What an at-bat by Crawford. Rays down by 3 through 8. We have completed 8 innings. The Rays make some defensive changes as a result of all the maneuvering in the bottom of the 8th. Here in the 9th, as you saw, Gross is in right and Zobrist comes in to play second. Zahn will take over behind the plate. And Grant Balfour is the new Rays pitcher. Their 7th of the night. And Mike Lowell will open the 9th inning. Goes after the first one and hits a pop foul that carries out of play for a strike. Lowell, Drew, and Gonzalez do.
Boy, that's tough. You get bases loaded, nobody out. Can't make contact with the first out. DJ, that was really key.
1-1 the count. And then Bartlett, he took a great play in center field and wanted it bad by Crawford before he finally fouled out down the left field line. Two and one. Rays Live, the post game follows the coverage of our game here, the first game of this 3-game series. Ellsbury's made 2 great catches tonight in center field for Boston. And the count goes to 3-1. You look at the Ellsbury's made 2 great plays. Mike Lowell made a great one in the first inning of this game, and he fouls this one.
Right, and the Rays have made 3 errors tonight.
They've tried to overcome all that.
Yep. And all that being said, it's still a game, and they had a chance in the 8th to really tighten it up. I mean, you can't blame Carl. Carl had a great at bat. Fastball after fastball, and he got the count full. Got the ones for the strike zone.
And Lowell is out on strikes. Balfour strikes him out.
I was a little bit surprised that Gross pinch ran, only because his run, it wasn't a tying run, and not that you're going to pinch hit for BJ, but you'd be tempted to think about it. against Papelbon. He throws on the bench. But he pinch ran for Ibar, and that took that option away from you. But obviously, the reason Joe Madden did that, he wasn't going to pinch hit for DJ no matter what.
Now here's J.D. Drew against the shift, and the pitch is down. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, now the idea is to hold Boston here in the 9th. Pitch away. The Rays have Zobrist, Longoria, and Pena due up in the bottom of the 9th inning.
You know how managers think. BJ, had a super postseason and thinking he's going to come out of it. He's going to come out of it. He's got a chance. He might hit a grand slam.
Yep.
And that's, I mean, he's truly a 5'2" athletic guy, and I'm sure that's what Joe was thinking.
That's a strike. 3-1. Full count now. Fouling the Balfour fastball straight back. Is lifted toward left. Crawford is there. Carl puts it away. 2 outs.
Good fastball down in a way. Good pitch by Grant. Went right after JD, but he had good command of the fastball down the zone. Look at that. Outside corner, down, hit it off the end of the bat. Nice pitch.
Now here's Gonzalez. And the pitch is a strike. Well, as you think about the bottom of the 9th inning, the good thing about that is they did push Papelbon in the 8th. And they had the middle of the order due up. Wave and a miss by Gonzalez. 0-2.
And they not only pushed Papelbon for this game for try to get a 2-inning save before pushing for the next couple. The Rays have made him use their bullpen.
The pop foul, that's going to be out of play.
Here's a guy too, Alex Gonzalez. That's another move the Red Sox made that kind of gone unnoticed. They got rid of Lugo. He went to the Cardinals. They wanted a shortstop that was pretty sure-handed. Of course, Lowry went down with the injury again.
Yeah, that's been quite a spot for them to try to fill at shortstop.
Nick Green's done a nice job, but they wanted a guy that they had before, actually. That's Gonzalez, excellent defensive shortstop.
Yeah, Nick Green can also pitch.
I heard about it. and more than one inning.
Yeah. 1-2 now.
You know, when his time's done in the big leagues, that's what he'll be telling his grandkids that he pitched. It won't be about all the games with the Red Sox and the big hits he's had and all that stuff. I pitched a couple innings.
Foul ball again on a fastball. Not a healthy fastball from Balfour. He's thrown the ball well the last couple times out, and that includes that game in Detroit when Polanco hit that shocking home run.
Saw that. Wow.
Balfour had very good velocity. This one pulled down the left side. That's going to be foul. So with a 1-2 count, Gonzalez extends the at bat. And a little looper into right field. That's going to fall. That's a base hit. Gross makes the pickup. Gonzalez fought for that base hit.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that pitch, too. That's where they tried to go in. They got it in. He just fought it off. Dropped one in no man's land in right field.
And here's Jacoby Ellsbury. Checkers double of the game. Look at these 2 plays he has made. Boy, that was a great catch. And then he made the catch in the 8th inning on the ball that Bartlett hit. That first one was a hard hit ball, line drive by Pat Burrell back in the 4th. And now Ellsbury due, and Joe Madden comes out of the dugout. He wants J.P. Howell. So we'll be back with the new Rays pitcher in a moment. Tobacco-free Florida. Tobacco-free Florida wants you to be tobacco-free. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com for more information. And by your select 7 Buick Pontiac GMC dealers. Well, Joe Madden continues to pull out all the stops here tonight in Game 1 of this 3-game series. The Rays coming in 5 back. Coming into this one, the Rays trailing in the wild card by 5 with 32 to play. J.P. Howell on to face Ellsbury.
Yeah, he also had J.P. up last inning in case the Rays came back and went ahead, so he was up and loose anyway. He figures, you know what, I get one more out of J.P. here and try to give our offense a chance 3 runs down to come back off the foul line, put themselves in a situation in the 8th inning to actually do it or go ahead. Joe Madden's thinking, why not in the bottom of the 9th?
Ellsbury hits one into right center field, and that ball's going to go all the way back to the wall. Gonzalez will score. Ellsbury digs for 3. It's a stand-up triple. And Ellsbury comes through against J.P. Howell. That's going to make it 8-4.
Well, that's one of those moves that backfires on you. You think the matchup's better. J.P. against the lefty. There's a fastball, a 2-seamer that just kind of stayed right over the heart of the plate. And he hits the seam in right center. He just splits the gap. And with his speed, you see him right out of the box. J.P. obviously knows he's going to score on that one.
Pedroia takes a mighty cut, fouls it back, strike 1. But you've got to give Alex Gonzalez a lot of credit for battling Balfour, who made good pitches to him, and then dropped a little base hit into right field. One strike to count to Pedroia. It's upstairs, 1-1.
Sure that Ellsbury wouldn't think he was going to get a fastball pretty much right down the middle, lefty on lefty like that, but he did, and he hit it.
And a ground ball toward third. Longoria to his left, and the throw is in time to retire the side. Red Sox score a run, bottom of the 9th coming, 8-4 Boston.
Top half of the ninth may give Terry Francona some flexibility, but if Papelbon finishes off this game, it'll be the first time in his career he's picked up a 2-inning save in the regular season. He's only gone 2 innings twice in the last 3 years, and he's never had a 6-out save before tonight. So we'll see how it plays out, guys.
Well, Papelbon back out there to work the bottom of the ninth to begin it against Ben Zobrist. The Rays have a 4-run deficit to deal with. Zobrist trying to get on to restart something for the Rays offense. Fouls the first pitch out of play, strike one.
Well, that tells you the sense of urgency that Terry Francona felt how to manage this game to bring Papelbon in for a 6-out save. Now, you know, he may not. He may. If Ben Zobrist extends the at bat, he may not stay in there. But Terry Francona's thinking the 8th inning is when I got to save this game, and I'm bringing in Papelbon versus Daniel Bard. And he got the job done. Bases loaded, nobody out. The Rays couldn't score.
Down and in, 1-1, and as we well know, you win games in the 8th as well as the 9th, and sometimes in earlier innings.
You bet. That's exactly what Terry Francona's thinking. I've always believed that. I like the move. I just thought it was a little bit. I thought Okajima. I thought he'd make the move with Okajima a little bit sooner, but I think Terry's thinking was, I don't want to burn 3 pitchers in the 8th inning with a 5-run lead.
1-1 the count here. And a line shot caught by Euclid at first. Zobrist hit it hard. A low liner right to Euclid.
And I think also, Dwayne, that Terry Francona's thinking, well, I'm playing with house money. We get this game. We open up a game. Now tomorrow might be a different story. But we get this first game, it becomes a 6-run lead, 6-game lead for the wild card over the Rays anyway. Looks like Texas is about to sweep a doubleheader against Toronto tonight.
There's Longoria, who started the uprising in the 8th with a bunt single, and he lines one foul. Strike one.
Levin got the inning going in the 8th with the bunt single to lead it off. It put the Rays in a situation where they brought the winning run at the plate 3 different times.
1-2. Fastball by him. To the count. Pitch up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rays down to their final 2 outs.
Martinez looked like Gabby Hartnett back there. Didn't Gabby do that back in the day? Stand up.
And that is strike 3 call. Longoria called out on strikes. The 13th strikeout by Boston pitching tonight.
Yeah, pretty tough pitch. Too close to take. It does. It clips the outside corner. The great pitch by Papelbon.
So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Carlos Pena stepping in. Wave and a miss. Carlos had the extended at bat when he drew the walk in the 8th inning. Singled in a run in the 1st and homered in the 4th. Count. strikes. Has been alternately a frustrating and at times hopeful night for the Rays. Two strikes. Strike three call, and this one is over. Papelbon gets a call third strike on Pena to end it. 3 up, 3 down in the ninth inning, an 8-4 final. And the Rays drop to 6.